Ravens Rap is sponsored by Bud Light, Holiday Inn Express, the Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn, Russell Street Report, the original Green Turtle, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
In April 1959, Art Wall won the Masters, edging out Carey Middlecoff and Arnold Palmer by finishing birdie, 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 par birdie. 1 month later, Ocean City Golf Club celebrated the opening of their first 18 holes. That course has been transformed now into one of the most scenic golf layouts on the East Coast. Come experience 36 of the most beautiful and challenging holes you'll find anywhere. Ocean City Golf Club in Ocean City, Maryland.
Welcome back in, a special Super Bowl edition of the original Green Turtles Ravens Rap Show right here on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio, home of the Ravens, 93.5 The Beach. We are at the Blue Ox Bar and Grill, 127th Street and Coastal Highway in Ocean City with Ravensers 44 and a multitude of Ravens fans all across Delmarva. Uh-oh, look what it started. The Ravens Rap Show is brought to you by the original Green Turtle, the Blue Ox Bar and Grill, Bud Light, the Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Geico, the Ocean City Golf Club, jctickets.net, the Holiday Inn Express. And I'm Mike Bradley, John Gehrig, Tommy Dickerson, and Ray Taranto from ESG Magazine. We'll get to him in just a second. But we've got some special guests, folks. And if you're on Facebook a lot, if you're online, if you've read some of the articles, watched some TV, Matt, Sarah, and Stan Robbins, who are from Salisbury, a couple of weeks ago before the AFC Championship game, they wrote and performed Bring On Brady, which went viral. It also hit TV. It was extremely highly talked about all over the media, which was a great song based off the Carly Rae Jepsen song and Call Me Maybe. And they're here with us tonight. They've also done a Ravens song for the Super Bowl called Some Nights. It's a Ravens parody based off the song done by the group Fun. And they're here with us. So guys and gals, come on up and welcome to the Ravens Rap Show. Come on up. So I'll throw the mic in the middle, but Matt, I got to ask you, how did this come all about? I know you guys have a band. Talk about that. And how did you come up with such creativity here? Go ahead and explain it away. This is great.
Sarah and I are part of a husband and wife duo called Beauty for Ashes, and then the three of us are part of a six-piece band called Picnic that actually formed in the 70s at Salisbury University when Bashadi went there. And he used to actually come out and hear my dad's band play back in the day. But this song right here, that kind of originated last year. We made a song called, Purple Friday off of Rebecca Black's Friday, that song that went notoriously viral. And it didn't really go anywhere, and, we weren't expecting it to. And so friends of ours liked it, and they wanted us to do another song. So we said, okay. They make it to the championship game again. And, of course, they did, and it had to be the Patriots, because who else could it be? And, we made a song for Call Me Maybe, because that was a song of this summer, and it was everywhere. And, Maybe rhymes with Brady. It basically wrote itself. And it went a little crazy. We had no idea that it would get any kind of response like this.
It was a brain worm.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of sleep because it got in my head, and you just wake up and it's...
Sing it.
Sarah does that.
How many hits did you guys get off that thing?
400,000 close.
Yeah, close to 400,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, who did all three of you collaborate on the writing, or is one the writer and the other two the music team behind it?
I wrote the lyrics for the first two songs, and Sarah's the pretty face in front of the camera, and my dad is.
I thought I was the eye candy.
You are in your own right.
The Ravens win.
He plays a lot better guitar than I do, so.
You're gonna be on the Today Show soon.
We also have a new song that we actually just finished at about 6 o'clock this afternoon that we put up. It's this one Sarah actually wrote most of.
It took over a week for me to convince him to do this song, and I wrote half of it and then brought it to him and said, okay, help me with this. Let's make this happen. So I was very excited about it.
Yeah, it's actually parodying a Spice Girls song called "Wannabe." You know.
So it's called Wanna Beat.
Why don't you go just sing the?
If you wanna beat the Niners, gotta bring your A game. Winners last forever, losers wait, I forget it.
We just wrote it today. Give us a break.
Yeah, well, you can do a little bring on Brady, and the question too: how many media hits have you guys gotten? I asked you if you had any if your phone number was on Facebook, but you said people called you anyway. Somehow they tracked you down.
I don't even know how many media outlets we've talked to in the past 2 weeks.
He's been worthless at work. We were partners together, and he's been worthless.
Yeah, in a way. No, we've talked to stations from Baltimore, D.C. Here locally, we're on Delmarva Life in Salisbury, WBOC, like 3 or 4 times. It's been kind of ridiculous how much they want to talk to us, I guess.
Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I guess.
And I hope that there's once we win the Super Bowl, that you'll be back with a Super Bowl song. So we expect to see that. But guys, thank you so much, Matt, Sarah, and Stan. Check them out online.
Congratulations.
That takes a lot of creativity. That's something I could never do. So.
Our own Weird Al.
That's right. That's right. So, well, guys, as we get into it here, third segment of the show, getting into the Super Bowl 47. You know, you take a look at both teams sporting 6 Pro Bowlers, so 12 total in this game. You take a look at the playoffs for the 49ers, it's their second bye week because they got a bye week, week 1, before having to play the Green Bay Packers. But I guess I'm not a big fan of 2 weeks in between games, but clearly for the Ravens, though, they've been through a lot of emotion, a lot of tough games, so this probably could not have come at a better time. Guys like Dano Ellerbe, Haloti Nada, who could use the rest. So, you know, John, I guess that's a blessing, but a lot of what they've done in preparation was actually last week. Because this week, I mean, it's just different. They're inundated with media, with going out in the town just a little bit to be able to enjoy it. You're staying at a hotel all week. You're practicing at a different facility. Tickets, all that you have to deal with family requests. So it's a lot different when you get down there.
Yeah, I tell you, I think this definitely helped the Ravens. When you're young and athletic, like the 49ers, you're full of pea and vinegar, I guess, and sometimes the delay can hurt, I guess. But, we got an older veteran squad. You have a team that has some playoff and Super Bowl experience. Having Ray Lewis being in this game before and being the leader of the team, really, I mean, this isn't like Randy Moss. I mean, Randy Moss is no leader. Even though he has Super Bowl experience, that doesn't extend to anyone else. Ray Lewis,
and he's no Jerry Rice. I just want to put that on the record.
Right. He thinks he is.
Yeah.
But, a veteran squad needs the rest, and I think they prepared. And it's also going to help that they just played the Redskins week 14, too. So a lot of preparation for this pistol-style offense they're going to face all in the last few weeks. So, Tommy, I think it helps the Ravens and gives us a little extra time for this guy that walks on water, evidently, Colin Kaepernick.
Well, I don't know. He's only played 7 or 8 games.
Yeah,
but, the Cincinnati game you talked about, I mean, it was a great move. It was a bye for us. Let's face it. We
That's a good point.
It was a bye. It was a smart move. We didn't win the game, but a lot of guys got to play that needed to play, and everybody got to rest. And obviously that's when we started our playoff run. I mean, we look how much that helped us. I mean, we lost that Cincinnati game, but our starters played barely a quarter. We go in and we got rested and we played really, really well. And I think everybody talks about stopping this offense and it's going to be. I think it's going to be tough for the Ravens, but I think they'll figure it out. And if they do, I will definitely take Joe Flacco with his record as far as playoff games right now. And you know what? As a Colin Kaepernick, I know he's the hot thing right now and whatever. But you know what? If they stop him for 30 or 40 yards. I mean, Crabtree's good and Vernon Davis is good, but they haven't been connecting offensively or passing-wise that well. We have. And you know what? Their strengths and our strengths are going to match up. I think their safeties are the weakest part of their defense. Their front seven's very good. The Smiths are awesome. But we held Dumerville and Von Miller from Denver, who were both all pros. They didn't get to Flacco at all. if we can hold those guys, keep the Smiths down, we will do well because their safeties aren't that good, and our deep ball, Joe's been doing really well. But on the same token, I'm not sure what their strengths are. I'm not sure our linebackers are. That could be a tough time. If we tackle, I think the weakest part of the Ravens all year has been our tackling. I think we need to shore that up. And I think they have the last couple weeks, but they need to tackle, especially up front.
Ray, you talk about is facing teams that have had running quarterbacks, Michael Vick, but then also with the Redskins with RG3. Both games, I think, combined 17 for 34. So we were pretty good in being disciplined and not allowing them to dictate to us any ability to really rush against us.
What I think, Mike, this game's going to come down to, they're so evenly matched, it's going to come down to turnovers. If we can protect the ball, we're going to be Super Bowl champs. If we throw a couple picks or fumble a couple away and they don't have any turnovers, it's going to be a long day. So turnovers are going to be a huge factor in this game. They've got a lot of weapons, like Tommy said, Randy Moss, Crabtree, Frank Gore, all those guys on the turf indoor. Ravens have a big task in front of them. But I think with the 2 weeks to prepare, Ray Lewis, the greatest defensive player of all time, is going to get this team ready to win us another Super Bowl.
John, when you look back to last year's Thanksgiving game, 16-6, you really have to throw that game out the window because that was a game, short week for San Francisco, flying to the East Coast. Alex Smith was at quarterback, so he was a sitting duck back there. They've slightly tweaked that offensive line. Our defense was healthier and stopped the run, did a good job of it. We haven't done that, at least consistently this year. So if anybody wants to make those comparisons, I'd say you got to throw that out the window. This is a different team. As John Harbaugh often points out, each team every year, even if it's slight, is different from the year before.
Yeah, that game means nothing. I was in Baltimore, tough place to play. This game is the Super Bowl. So, but I think that score 16-6, and I think the thing about the Patriots game, I think the key to this game are field goals. Turnovers obviously, but the Ravens scored touchdowns against the Patriots. And the Patriots did not score touchdowns given the opportunity. They got into the Patriots
scored all in the second half.
Yeah, the Patriots really kicked the tail of the Ravens in the first half. It wasn't even close. Statistically, the momentum of the game, we had no real flow. We had the one drive, but the Patriots responded and they made the knucklehead mistake Tom Brady did at the end of the half. But the Ravens scored touchdowns. If the Ravens kick a field goal, even just kick a field goal, the Patriots that game's different because then the Patriots kick a field goal, we're only up by 8 points. I mean, that's how minor, just one drive resulting in a touchdown versus a field goal
It's a red zone.
changes the whole game because then the Patriots aren't going for it on fourth down on the 19-yard line. They're kicking a field goal, they're down 8, and who's comfortable? Who's comfortable with the Patriots with the ball down one score? So it's touchdowns. We're going to need to score touchdowns, and the number one red zone defense in the league is going to need to show up because, the 49ers, Tom, they're going to move the ball. So we're just going to need to stop it.
That's a great point because our defense overall was ranked 12th, 13th, 11th, whatever, but our red zone defense was number one, and that is the difference. I mean, we're on the field a lot, and we give them 20 to 20, but inside the 20, they tighten up. And you talk about turnovers, which is always the key to any game. If we're they're in a 3.5 point favorite, a turnover is a difference between a touchdown one way or a point, going the other way. That's the ball game. But I tell you, I like our kickers. I like our kickers. Their kicker's terrible. Their kicker's terrible. And if it comes down to kicker, I'll take care of it.
We'll pick it up from here. More of the Ravens Wrap shows next. Keep it here.
Ravens Wrap is sponsored by Bud Light, Holiday Inn Express, the Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn, Russell Street Report, the original Green Turtle, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
Welcome to the Comfort Inn Gold Coast. Conveniently located just 1 block from the beach and adjacent to shopping at the Gold Coast Mall and the movie theater. Newly renovated and open year-round with a marvelous bayfront view. Visit us on the web at comfortgoldcoast.com and see our hot deals and great golf packages, or simply call our direct reservation line to plan your stay.